of Diablo.
Let's go.
Rod
We finally get to
Ferguson.
the Diablo announcements. All right, Rod. Let's go, baby. What you got for us? Let's talk Sanctuary. What we got?
How's everybody doing? Having fun? This feels amazing. So glad you're here. And I'm so happy the people at home are here as well. You know, watching that was such a great reminder of what a fantastic community we have and what an exciting year it's been. Now, you might have missed it, but in there was a clip of a blind gamer, Tylanif, defeating our hardest boss, Uber Lilith. Now, we strive to make Diablo as approachable and as accessible as possible, and watching clips like that make me and the team extremely proud. And of course, I love the tattoos. I still can't believe over 1,000 people got permanent Diablo tattoos at our Hell's Inc. events.
1,000 people.
Including me. And so, Necro Main for life.
All right, that's me, guy. He committed.
So, we talk a lot about the last BlizzCon 4 years ago, and back then, the Diablo community was hungry for even more experiences in that dark, gothic place caught between the high heavens and the burning hells, a little place we call Sanctuary. And in that time, I've been very fortunate to work with some of the best developers in the industry, people who love Diablo as much as the rest of us. And it was their passion and dedication to this universe that released a great new Diablo game every year for the last 3 years. Diablo 2 Resurrected brought the return of the classic that helped define the genre. Remastered. I love Diablo 2. So it was remastered for a new generation now for PC and console.
Kitty.
And Diablo Immortal brought Sanctuary to mobile for the first time, bringing millions of new players into our universe. In fact, you might not know this, but 60% of Diablo Immortal players have never played a Diablo game before. So we really welcome them to our universe. And then, of course, there's Diablo 4.
Let's go.
Now,
let's go.
It was that kind of excitement that made it the biggest launch in Blizzard's history. And it means so much to the team to see how you've embraced it. We've played over 1.5 billion hours together so far. And it's your love for the game that drives us. Thanks to you, we've made a lot of changes over the last 5 months. In fact, our patch notes for Season of Blood, our second season, were over 14,000 words long, because that is how much our community has influenced and will continue to influence the evolution of Sanctuary.
Good patch, but a lot of those are bug fixes.
And if you haven't yet made that leap into the darkest Diablo story ever told, now is the perfect time to pick your class, build your character, join Phil Spencer, and see what the hell it's all about. And with that, I'd like to introduce Diablo 4's 2 production directors. They help lead the teams who are building everything we do today and everything moving forward. Please welcome Tiffany Watt and Chris Wilson.
Okay. The second Chris Wilson has entered the building.
Hey, BlizzCon. The last time I was on stage, I was helping to announce Diablo 4. To be here today with all of you is so awesome.
The launch was incredible. We're really excited to be here today to share what's coming next. But first, let's highlight some of the player feedback that's in Season of Blood today. So many of you have told us that you wanted more in-game activities. So we've given you a couple this season. One now, and another coming early next month. So live now is our new boss ladder. This is a series of additional boss fights from level 55 to 100 that will also see the return of our kind of gross but farmable and rewarding friend Duriel.
Yep, these were fun.
You can go after for Uber Uniques that everybody's been sieging for. And with those new bosses dropping both Uniques and Uber Uniques at a much higher rate, and even dropping some special cosmetics, you're going to want to make your way to level 100 so you can fight them all. So in the Season of Blood, we've rebalanced the end game, letting you get to level 100 about 40% faster.
Which was a good change. To be fair, these are things that have already happened and been announced. I like to see the future.
Boost, and I have 2 characters in Season 2 already. Of course, all that leveling is about getting that amazing loot. So we've also changed how item power works. We've raised the power cap, and it's now more closely tied to the level of monster you defeat to get it. The more challenging the fight, the better the loot. There's still lots of work to be done with reworking itemization. In fact, it's one of our highest priorities.
Cool, love to hear that.
Along with
It's actually
upgrades
really
to
good to
some
hear,
of our
Deanna.
unique items, is a great first step. So please keep that feedback coming. Now let's talk about quality of life. Here's a few improvements that came directly from you. All of your renown rewards now carry over season to season and from the Eternal Realm.
Yep. This was also a good change, one of the most common requested
Additional
ones.
character slots. We added 2 this season, so you can create even more characters and try different builds. A targeting
This is where
dummy
Rax
has
can
been
have 12
added to
100s.
Kiovashad as you can test, so you can test those builds before you run into the butcher. Searching and filtering your stash is now possible, and your stash
This is actually
now
useful, by the way,
available
the search.
in every town in Sanctuary.
I mean, I could complain and say it should be better, but like, it's actually still pretty good. I can search by
World
pretty much
bosses
anything if I
appear
really want.
almost twice as often, so you can die almost twice as often. And we've also freed up some inventory space by making gems a crafting material to make even more room for those uber uniques.
Yeah, this was also a good change. I mean, Season
Those
2
are
had a
just
lot of good
few of
changes.
the new additions already in the game, but we're not done with Season of Blood yet.
In fact, starting next week,
Here we go.
we'll introduce 5 unique class-specific rings that will let you relive some of the fun from Season of the Malignant.
They're
That's
carrying
right,
them forward.
Necromancers. Once again, corpses will automatically do your bidding just by being in your presence.
Asmon's punching air right now, dude.
Then on December 5th, we'll also be adding an enchanting preview to the Occultist. So this will allow you to see which affixes are possible before you spend your hard-earned gold.
Okay. All right. Dude, Millennium Rings sound
Another way to give you
awesome.
even more control over making just the right build for the challenge at hand.
Which means Season 3 will probably
Also
get
on
vampire
December 5th,
chests that
as
can drop.
promised, we'll have another exciting new in-game activity, a 6-week event called Abattoir of Zir. It's a highly replayable pinnacle experience designed for players who have reached level 100, slain Uber Duriel, and mastered all of the other challenges that Season of Blood has to offer.
Okay.
Those who survive
it
will
past
obtain a
Lilith?
paragon glyph constructed of the Vampire Lord's very own blood. But beware,
Ooh, a glyph.
Abattoir of Zir starts difficult and only gets harder. And of
Okay,
course,
new
as we
pinnacle.
near the end of Season of Blood, it'll be holiday time. Not only here, but in Sanctuary as well. Our first ever holiday event, Midwinter Blight, starts on December 12th.
December 12th.
For 3 weeks, we're going to transform the Fractured Peaks into a winter terror land.
So we get like a Christmas
and it'll
theme.
bring a whole new meaning to the word sleigh ride.
This is actually like good announcements. Like these are all really good so far.
And be sure to keep your eyes peeled for a mysterious red-cloaked terror.
Nothing is as terrifying as Chris's puns, but I will be sure to check out Midwinter Blight. From there, we are on to Season 3. We can't go into too much detail now, but with the endgame being so important, let's talk about leaderboards. We're creating a whole new type of weekly challenge dungeon called the Gauntlet, where the heroes of Sanctuary can compete for their class ranking against their friends, their clan,
Let's
or
go.
anyone in the world. Watch out, Mike Ibarra. I am coming for you.
The Gauntlet.
At the end of each week, the heroes with the highest rank will be added to the Seasonal Hall of Ancients, where their name and build will live on. So, that's a quick look at where we are today. And
This
while
is all
the live
good.
game is our #1 priority right now, we have a separate Diablo 4 team that's been working hard on our next chapter. So how about a little teaser?
Okay. Like I mean, dude, all right. You piqued my
Super
interest.
early, but as we look to expand on the story we started in Diablo 4, we're going to take you somewhere even darker, where hatred's influence continues to consume Sanctuary.
We have each played a part in what has happened here. You abdicated your choice to this child. And with every step she takes,
Is this the jungle from the leak?
there will be no salvation in the light.
Vessel of Hatred. late 2024. So there is an expansion. There's
Vessel
literally
Hatred
expansion
is
announced.
Diablo 4's first expansion.
Okay, I mean, it's official, boys.
This campaign will continue the dark tale that began in Diablo 4 as we learn the fate of the prime evil Mephisto and his demonic plans for Sanctuary. To do that, we'll be visiting a region new to Diablo 4 and a fan favorite from Diablo 2. The lush jungles known to outsiders as Torajan, but known by the locals as Nahantu. With this new story,
So these leaks
set
were
in a
right on.
mysterious new region, comes new ways to play, new evils to vanquish, and, of course, a completely new class never seen before in the Diablo universe.
Okay, so the Spiritborn looks like it's true. I mean, there's a lot of content coming to the game.
Vessel of Hatred releases late next year, and we cannot wait to share more about it this summer.
Now, before we leave, we want you to know that it's your passion that drives us. Your feedback will continue to help us evolve and improve the Diablo 4 experience for years to come. We couldn't be more excited about our future, and we hope that you are too. Our team has put in a lot of hard work, and we love seeing your love for this game. So please join us tomorrow. We have a special Diablo 4 campfire panel where we'll be sharing more details about the expansion, deeper dive on some of the upcoming game changes, and we'll also have a special Q&A session to close it out. So enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you, and we'll see you in Sanctuary.
Dude, that was actually... I'm gonna be honest, like, that's a lot of announcements right there, okay? Let's talk about that for a quick second. We got the expansion. We know it's late 2024, which means it's going to be over a year that the game's been out before we get the expansion, so they're not immediately rushing it to market to charge people, which is, in my opinion, the right move. At least wait before we try to buy it. We have the rings, malignant rings, so now you're going to be able to get rings that have a chance to drop with the malignant powers associated with them. That's pretty good. That's going to be a way of actually bringing the previous season powers back, which means they'll probably in season 3 they're going to bring like vampire powers as like vampiric chest or something, and then they'll slowly add them on. If they're going to end up stacking the different, you know, seasonal mechanics on top of each other, that's probably the right move to make there. That's actually pretty interesting, to be honest. That's I like that. I kind of like that, to be honest. So then we got that. We got seasonal leaderboard associated with something called the Gauntlet. We have a new Pinnacle boss with a new event coming that's supposed to have a new Paragon glyph reward to it. So I mean, we're actually getting content. Leaderboards, bosses. We're getting the midwinter update, which I guess is more of a cosmetic thing than anything. But I mean, this is a back half of season 2 with more content coming to the game. So okay, I mean, I actually pretty much like these updates. I'm not gonna lie.